Hi there and welcome to part 2 of how to write an outstanding personal statement. Now last time we looked at how to get the skills and experiences that back up your personal statement before you write it. In this video, we're going to be looking at the actual craft of writing the personal statement, putting that pen to paper, metaphorically speaking. I'm also going to be running the first Beyond the Blackboard competition, which is very exciting, of getting the chance for one of you guys to be personally coached by me in your personal statement writing. So more on that at the end of the video. Personal statement writing itself is super tricky, and half of the reason for that is because you have lots of different people telling you lots of different things, and sometimes that information can either be inaccurate or conflicting with what other people say. So who do you believe? What I'm going to show you today is a very tried and tested, literally tested method of what personal statements should look like to impress the university of your dreams. If this kind of content is useful for you, please do subscribe to the channel. Obviously you can see I'm quite a small YouTuber at the moment, but we have recently, over the last couple of weeks, really got some traction, getting some lovely comments from you guys. So if you want to join the community, please do hit that subscribe button. Okay, so you've done all your skill building, you've done all your wider reading and research, etc. And now you're ready to actually write this thing. And even though it's only 500 words, it doesn't seem that big, it's actually really tough, because with those 500 words, everything needs to add value, everything needs to be crafted for the message that you want to come across. You want to sell yourself with this document. Now I've taken this structure straight from an institution called Causeway Education, and these guys literally specialize in personal statements. They've interviewed loads of people in charge of university admissions. They've compiled loads of tools and techniques for you to use. They've even done statistical analysis of whether their methods actually work, and guess what? It turns out it does. So follow this structure, it's a seriously good one. Now as an overall structure, it goes like this. Firstly, state the reason why you want to do the course, do some kind of analysis in an area of your topic of choice, thirdly, talk about course-related activities that you've done during school, and fourthly, talk about extracurricular things you have done during school as well. Now in this video, I'm going to talk about all 4 of those sections, but the one in particular I'm going to start with and go most in depth with is this second one here, which is talking about a certain topic and analyzing that topic and providing insights, showing that you can think and analyze your subject like a university student, or at least showing signs of being able to do that. Because what Causeway Education found was that this is the most important section of any personal statement, and often it gets missed out by students. So if you have this in there at all, it's going to make you stand out. Okay, section number 2, which is your topic of interest analysis. Now what your university admissions team or people want to see from you is the ability to think like a university student. They want to see that you can analyze and that you have done the further reading that you claimed that you've done. Because just by listing things that you supposedly have read, or saying that I read something and then I found this interesting, isn't enough to prove that you have actually taken meaningful insight from it. Now the best way to do this is choose one particular topic that you found in your previous research that I go through in the first part of this video, so have a look at that if you haven't already, and then deep dive into that topic and analyze it and talk about the ways that it's changed the way that you view the subject, or any bits and pieces that you might have found interesting from it. Now this is easier said than done, so I'm going to give you an example that I wrote especially for this video, as if I was a student writing a personal statement myself. And as I go through it, I'm going to show you how I think the university admissions reader, will react. My first experience of extending my knowledge past the biology A-level curriculum was reading The Selfish Gene by Richard Dawkins. Okay, they've heard of a book in my subject. Could have googled it. I found it particularly interesting that he coined the term meme, likening the spread of ideas to that of passing on DNA. Okay, well they clearly read the book then, it's not bad. In the context of modern day pop culture, memes are referring to often humorous images that spread rapidly or go viral across the internet and has become a major way through which my generation communicate and spread ideas. Okay, so they have just drawn inference from that book and applied it to their own lives and what they've seen. This showed me that the study of biological sciences doesn't just exist in a laboratory, but is undeniably linked to how we live and progress in our society. Give this student a place on my course. Now, of course, this is about biology because I'm a biology specialist. I used to be a science teacher and did it at university. But this can be applied to any subject that you're writing a personal statement for. As long as you're giving your thoughts, your insights, your opinions, and showing how the topic changed the way that you think about your subject, that is what is going to impress the university admissions people above absolutely anything else, because that is the way that you are not just telling them you're interested, you're showing them that you're interested and that you can draw conclusions by yourself. Okay, so we're going to jump back to the first section now, which is briefly saying why you want to study that subject. Now for this, I wouldn't overdo it. I wouldn't reinvent the wheel. I think what a lot of students go wrong on here is to overdo it a little bit. So an example of overdoing it might be saying something like, since I was 2 years old, I've wanted to do nothing else other than study history, which is a little bit over the top and not necessarily that believable and not adding that much value either. I think another word that is probably overused is something like passion. I have a passion for the subject. Again, going back to the previous section, the teachers don't want you to say you have a passion. They want to see that you have a passion through you showing that you do, rather than telling them that you do. Okay, section number 3 is going into extracurricular activities based on your course. So this can be anything that you've done. Obviously, in social isolation right now, it's tougher to get those experiences that you might have wanted to, like open days or work experience in an area that you're interested in. But any extracurricular school days that have happened, any events that you've been to, do put them down and again talk about what you gained from them. And also the university admissions people are going to be very sympathetic to the fact that you haven't had the extra opportunities during this time to get extracurricular stuff. So wider reading here would probably be good to talk about. And section number 4 is your general extracurricular activities. Now bear in mind, this is important, but quite often students put too much here. So what really the university admissions people are interested in is why you're interested in their course. Don't go over 25% for your extracurricular stuff. So whether that's Duke of Edinburgh or learning a language or instruments or whatever it is that you've been doing, do say it because it makes you stand out and makes you a well-rounded candidate. But don't go over 25%. Keep it down to what, 125 words or so. Okay, so that is an outline of the structure of personal statements that you should be using to stand out from the crowd. If you've got any more questions on specific parts of what I've talked about, please do comment below. I answer to every single comment down there. Okay, and as promised, competition time. Beyond the Blackboard's first competition we've done, and that is to win the chance for one of you guys to have a personal statement coaching session with me via Zoom or Skype or whatever. Now, all you need to do to enter this competition is 2 very simple things. Firstly, subscribe to the channel just below, and then secondly, comment on this video or any other video I've done saying that you want to enter the competition. Just write the words, I want to enter. And then what I'm going to do is once the subscription count reaches 350, right now it's at 192 last time I checked, and once we hit that 350 mark, I'm going to be looking at all of the people who have entered their names to be in the competition, drawing it out of a hat, and then offering one of you guys that chance to be coached by me. But if you want to enter the competition or not, I really do hope that was useful for you, and I will see you next week.